Where do we go create our form packages? Like everything else, you do it under the setup. So if you go to setup, search, let's talk about naming the packages, because when you are in a print forms function, in the package name dropdown, it'll be alphabetized. If I'm creating another one, my recommendation always is you go to new package. I do big grouping first. So federal dash. And then second part normally is for target audience. So let's say this is for the custodian. This was the subpoena work. So that I'll have all the federal together and all the state together in the form package name dropdown if I have more than 100 of them. Or if you serve a multiple state, well then each state will have a different forms. So the state abbreviation in the beginning of it, something like that, you might have this is for California package. So once you decide the name, there are three choices here: send it to, location. You also have to provide the PDF file name, whatever you want to call it, custodian PDF. Then you save. So that's name of the package, and tell the system what forms you want in which order and how many copies of it. New. Very first thing I like to do is usually cover letter, form type, custodian letters, form name, how many copies I want, 1 copy. I don't want these custodian letters to come up as a bookmark when I create a PDF document. Cover letter is better. So okay, save and close. So that's the very first document I want. The second one, it should be the subpoena and the state. And let's say this is the California standard subpoena. The bookmark is fine, subpoena, 1 copy, and so on. This is how you create a package by keep entering the form. Later on, if you want the subpoena to be first, well then simply do upward. Then it'll flip the order around using those upward or downward sequence buttons. So create all the packages you need by naming it very carefully, thinking for the future when somebody's using the packages, the names are alphabetically listed, so they don't have to go up and down the list looking for packages they want. Now, third thing is form data source template. So let me show you an example. Let's go to case manager and let's pull up our case, Young Lee versus Big Pharma. Let's print a notice. So print forms. Let's print a notice of deposition. So let's go to notices. And let's print out standard one. Well, let's pick all of it. Okay, for all attorneys. Now let's preview one and show you what notice looks like. It says Memorial Hermann Hospital, parenthesis medical. Sugar Land Imaging Center, parenthesis radiology. We like to say Memorial Hermann Hospital, comma, Houston. Sugar Land Imaging Center, comma, Sugar Land. So your question is, where can I change that? Because I don't want to retype that every single work order. That's when we need to go look at what's called form data source template. Let's temporarily close that. Let's go to setup and the form data source template. And if you go search all the templates that we have in the system for notices. So there is a notices, and this is called part information. It's programmed to print location name followed by parenthesis record type. Go right click view. I don't want this record type, so take that out. So right after location name, I want to put a comma, space, actions. I want to add data field, and I want to add a location city. That's the way we like it. Save and close. Now once you change this template, all the forms you print from this point on, the notices will be different. So let's go back our printing forms, and we're going to print a notice, and let's look at what form looks like. It says Memorial Hermann Hospital, comma, Houston. Sugar Land Imaging Center, comma, Sugar Land. So we have changed the template to reflect the way we do business in our firm. The last thing I want to point out with this form printing is the court style. Let me go back to this form here, and let's talk about what court style is. One example is from this notice here. It says, in the District Court of Harris County, Texas, 151st Judicial District. There has to be a place where we can change that. So that's court styles. We have a template for that, and you can modify the template so that this will come up differently. So let's go back into this Young Lee's case here. Let's view that. And if you look at the forms, that's where it's coming from. So you can change it here. This court style has been assembled based on the template. The template is in Tools, System Preferences, because it affects everybody. In the System Preferences, which governs the global settings, there are 3 tabs to assemble court style. One for the federal court, one for the state court, and one for the rest of the municipal, county court, civil laws, whatever. So if you look at the state, that's what template looks like. It says in the district court of, and then we put a county data in there, county, comma, state. You can change this any way you want. The instruction is listed down there, and these are the name of the fields. Now once you change this template, and next time you set up a brand new case and hit that button, assemble case or court style, it'll come up based on your new template. But sometimes when it comes to changing the way the forms are printed, you might want to ask MR8 super user or MR8 administrator to change these templates, whether it's dealing with the court style, data source templates, or the packages, to make your form printing more automatic.